Are you ready to add wireless and wired CarPlay and Android Auto to your 2007 to 8 Lexus GS? Check it out, the Hamilton Upgrade Kit is here. Before we begin, we recommend you open the hood and use a 10mm socket to disconnect the negative cable from the battery to make sure power is off to the vehicle. Park on a level surface with the parking brake applied and make sure the wheels are chalked so the car cannot roll. Now let's begin the installation process. These are the tools I'm going to use. You don't need to use all of these tools. This is a smaller trim pry tool, a Phillips head screwdriver, a larger trim pry tool, and as well a small ratchet with a 10mm deep socket. I'm using a deep socket. You don't need a deep socket. You can also use a standard 10mm socket. You'll want an extension that's about 6 inches long. All right, with these tools in place, the battery disconnected, so power is off to the vehicle, let's go ahead and begin the installation. We'll grip the gear shift knob to begin here, and we'll go counterclockwise, just like this, a little bit of force, and we'll take it off of the gear shaft. Let's set it in a safe place. Next, we're gonna grab the trim pry tool. You'll use the smaller one, and we're gonna go just right in the corner here underneath the radio of this small plastic piece. I'm gonna use my little trim pry tool. We'll go in the corner and pry out just like that. So we just gripped this guy right on the corner, back in here. We pulled it out just like that. We'll set this in a safe place. With this removed, we can go ahead now and we will open up the center console cover, and we're now going to take off this wood panel trim here. You can use your larger trim pry tool, and we'll just get under the back of it like this and just start lifting up. Now you don't want to put a bunch of pressure in one spot because this wood can be older and brittle, so we're just going to support it in a variety of places. And then I'm going to go ahead and lift up here, and you see this button? And this is why it's so important to make sure your vehicle is on a flat surface and the wheels are chalked. With this button, what we can do is go ahead and move the gear shift into drive so that we can lift up on this panel. And just like that, we'll take it up. And then we can either go ahead and disconnect these and cut the tape, or we can simply set it to the side like this. And with this up, we're gonna now remove 2 black Phillips head screws. You'll see them right at an angle just like this. Very easy to access. I'll use my screwdriver here, and I'm just gonna get on one of them. And then I'm gonna come down on the other one just like this. Black Phillips head screws. We're gonna take them out. We're now gonna remove these leather covered trim panels on either side of the center console. We're just gonna go ahead and pull out just like this. We'll set these in a safe place. Those 2 black screws we removed were holding these guys in place. So let's go ahead now. We'll go out, take it out just like this, and we'll set it also in a safe place. We're now going to remove a 10mm screw. We're now going to remove 2 10mm bolts. One is right here, and the other is right here. You're going to use a 10mm socket. We'll simply jump on here like this. And we'll loosen up these bolts and remove them. There's plenty of access here. And as the bolt starts to get loose, you just want to reach in with your finger and support it so you don't drop it. Support it and take it out like this, and we'll go ahead and do the same thing on the driver's side now. On the driver's side, we're going to remove this lower one here, and then we're going to come back up through this hole and we'll grab the upper one. Let's start with this lower one. I'm going to use my wrench and loosen up the bolt. And as I feel it starting to get loose, I'll just reach in with my fingers, support it, we'll take it out, and set it in a safe place. Now we're gonna go through the hole and we'll grab this upper one right here. With the 4 bolts removed, we can now reach under the radio on these 2 little standoffs here. And we'll pull out with our hands, and then we'll use a trim pry tool to come in from the top here. And just do a wiggling motion back and forth. And the full assembly will come out just like that. Now we're gonna call this upper unit the screen. Note this line here. This is the radio and this is the screen. Once we're done wiring everything, we'll be running our wires down here. We're gonna go ahead and just drop down this little panel. All I'm gonna do is come in with my hands here, reach under this corner, and I'm gonna pull this panel down, and it will allow me to move the carpet out of the way down here. And that'll give me enough room to have a nice pocket where I can put the Hamilton upgrade kit. I'll show you how to wire it up now. Before we install this in the car, I just disconnected all the harnesses and I brought the radio inside here to give you a quick wiring overview on the workbench so you'll have 100% clarity of where everything goes. Once again, we're going to call this upper unit here the screen. We call this lower unit here the radio. So we need to make some connections behind the radio and some connections behind the screen. Let's turn it around and I'll show you what we've got going on. This lower unit where it's black, this is the radio. So we're going to be focused now on this here, the main Hamilton harness. When we install it into the Hamilton upgrade kit, it's going to go here into the socket labeled power. And we're going to have 3 primary connections that we need to make behind the radio and screen. Now, almost every single GS that we've ever seen from 2007 to 2008 has Mark Levinson. If you have Mark Levinson, you're not going to connect this one here that says A to B. Leave these 2 disconnected. If your car does not have Mark Levinson, you can contact us for more details, but every GS we've seen has Mark Levinson, so I'll tell everybody not to connect these 2. All right, let's focus now here on these 3 wires. This one here is going to be labeled power. We're going to remove a wire from the back of the factory screen here, and we're going to install this Hamilton male in its place labeled power. The factory wire is going to go into the female end of the pigtail. Once again, these 2 here, A to B, will not be connected. You will not be using these at all. This next one here is going to be our audio harness. We're going to come down here and we're going to disconnect 2 harnesses on the bottom of the factory radio. We're going to disconnect this blue harness here and this white one as well. Now this white male is going to go into the Hamilton female. The Hamilton male will go in its place. And then this blue wire from the factory is going to actually be left disconnected. We're going to take this Hamilton blue wire and plug it in its place. So this factory blue wire will not ever be connected to anything. Once again, these 2 labeled A to B are disconnected. And now these are all the connections we're going to make behind the factory radio and screen on the main Hamilton harness. We have one other harness to pay attention to. These are called our LVDS harnesses. They're for the video signal. There was originally a blue wire plugged into the back of this LVDS port on the screen. We're going to put the Hamilton male in its place here. The factory would go into the Hamilton socket here. And then both of these are going to connect into the Hamilton upgrade kit. They're color coded. These dip switches will come preset from Hamilton Motor Company. You can access your dip switch setting on help.hamiltonmotorcompany.com if you want to confirm it. Don't change those. This USB accessory harness will connect right here. And this wire here is going to be for your USB for wired CarPlay and Android Auto. So this device will have both wireless and wired CarPlay and Android Auto. And we'll connect to this Wi-Fi antenna here on the white port. All the other factory harnesses will go back into their respective slots. Once again, this factory blue is not used. This A to B is not used. And everything else is shown here. Let's take it out, we'll put it in the car. All right, now on the back of the screen here, we're gonna remove this white middle wire here. This is the wire that's gonna go into the Hamilton female socket labeled power. We'll take the white male from the Hamilton pigtail and we'll plug it in its place. Then down here on the bottom, we're going to go ahead and disconnect these two. Do your best to support from the harness itself, not tugging on the wiring. This factory blue one will not be reused. We're going to leave this one unused permanently. And from the Hamilton harness here, we're going to use this pigtail and this blue harness. So we'll take the pigtail labeled audio. We'll plug the Hamilton main in place. We'll put the factory male into the Hamilton female. And then we're going to grab this Hamilton blue one. We'll plug it in down here. So as you can see, we have this A to B left unused. Do not connect these together. We have this factory blue one hanging out up here unused. We've got power connected up here, audio right here. The factory harnesses are plugged into the Hamilton female sockets, and the Hamilton blue is in its place. This factory blue will remain unused. Now, let's grab the blue LVDS wires. We're going to go ahead now and disconnect this light blue LVDS wire. Be delicate with this wire as it is fragile. We'll connect the factory male into the Hamilton socket here. And we'll put the Hamilton male in its place in the back of the screen. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to run this connector, the magenta, the blue, and this main power here. We're going to go back through the bottom corner. With these 3 wires available down here, we can begin connecting up the Hamilton upgrade kit. Let's now gently tuck the rest of the harnesses back here. We're going to be all done behind the radio, so make sure that these 3 don't come out of place. So we're just going to go ahead and take the radio now, set it back in its spot, pull some extra slack through on these harnesses, and let's connect the Hamilton upgrade kit. We're going to connect these LVDS wires here, as well as this main power wire. Next, we'll connect the USB accessory harness and the antenna. Now, you don't have to keep access to the USB wire if you don't want. This is going to be for wired CarPlay in Android Auto, so this device will have both wireless and wired CarPlay in Android Auto. We'll run this USB between the seats. We also need to do this wireless antenna here. These dip switches will come preset from Hamilton Motor Company. They can change from time to time, and the Hamilton facility will ship yours with the latest dip switches. So it will be preset. If you think you changed them, you can check the Help Center, help.hamiltonmotorcompany.com, if you have any questions or want to verify. So I'm going to tuck this device now down into that front cavity. For this antenna, you want to make sure it's not applied to a metal surface. Do not stick it to the box. Now we'll take this USB here, and we'll route it between the seats. We can now begin the reassembly process. We'll go ahead and reconnect this lower panel here. We'll line it up and snap it back into place. Now we'll go ahead and push the radio the rest of the way back in. And then let's go ahead and put those 4 bolts back into place. Okay, we're gonna now put the 2 screws back in on either side. We'll just line them up here. Make sure the radio is fully seated before you put these guys in, and then we'll just run them down. And we'll do the bottom one next. Now, it's always helpful if you can do this during business hours, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 10 to 3 Eastern time, in case you need to contact Hamilton Motor Company. We're going to now take these side panels. We insert them on the front side here first. And then moving back along the side here. Just snap them into place. We'll go ahead and do this one as well. Starting on the front, we'll lock it into place. Let's grab the carpet around it. Now let's reinstall the center console cover. We're going to reinstall the 2 screws holding the leather covered panels into place. Now this is a good time for you to go ahead and reconnect the battery cable if you'd like to, and power the device on, and you can just test everything and make sure it's working. Now I can take the center console cover here. We'll insert the front, just start. Rethread it here through this nice little plastic cover. We'll gently nudge it back down, snap it into place, and then we'll reinstall the little plastic trim piece at the front here. We'll take this plastic trim piece here, slide it back in, grab the gear shift, and we'll thread it back into place, and just like that, the installation is complete. We'll power it on now. We'll check the backup camera, check that the screen works. Of course, it's important to note that long holding the voice speech button for 3 seconds when you're in the menu tab will allow you to switch between the original factory side and the Hamilton side. I'm Dave from Hamilton Motor Company. If you have any questions, check out our help center, help.hamiltonmotorcompany.com.